Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and we're continuing with a look back at Galactica 1980, which was the sequel to Battlestar Glactica, the 1978 version. And we're at the second episode, which is the second in the three-parter episode, Galactica Discovers Earth. So over here, Jamie Hamilton, along with her new boss and a crew, go and try and meet Dr. Mortensen. However, Troy and Dylan are already there, and they decide to. He understands that they are from. I don't know how, but he understands they're not from Earth. They decide to go for a walk. They want to talk to Dr. Mortensen. They get in his car and they leave. However, they are chased because the crew thinks that, and even Jamie thinks that Dr. Mortensen is being kidnapped. So they go and they try to escape from both the crew as well as the cops. And Dylan takes a turn at driving the car, but unfortunately, he's not used to driving cars. They manage to escape, and they take Jamie along with them using their devices. They make themselves invisible. They take Jamie along with them. The cops reach up with Dr. Mortensen, but he says he's not aware that he was actually being kidnapped. He said it was just people who were trying to talk to, and he decides not to say too much. They decide Troy and Dylan decide they have to go back to Galactica, but now because Jamie is with them, they decide they have to take her back. Adama is not really happy, and now Jamie realizes that she is with a group of aliens. She is a little bit stunned, but she takes it in her stride. She's a very, astute young lady. She can handle all these things. In the meantime, on the Galactica, Xavier has been arguing with Adama because he believes introducing a technology to Earth in the 1980s slowly and slowly it's going to take a lot of time, and he doesn't think that's the best way. Instead, he proposes using a time machine that can be attached to the Vipers. This is a creation of Dr. Z. He believes that going back into Earth's history and introducing revolutionary technologies at certain points in history would mean that by the time, because of the alterations in the timeline, in 1980 they would actually be more advanced. However, Adama and nobody else is for that particular plan because they would be messing too much with the timeline. However, Xavier decides he's going to take matters into his own hand. He steals a Viper and he leaves. And goes off into Earth's past. So he goes into Nazi Germany. This is just before. It's June 1944. Apparently, his plan is to go and influence their rocket, their missiles and rocket, advancements in their rocket technologies, and thereby Germany winning the war against the Allies. They would have focused more on with their advanced technology. So Troy and Dylan are asked to go and bring Xavier back. However, Jamie says it's good that she tags along because they don't know anything about Earth's past. She happens to be a history major, so she remembers, or she studied a lot about World War II. So she tells them that she can definitely join them. And Adama is reluctant, but at the same time, he realizes that they could use the help, so she goes along with them. So in the spaceships, in the Vipers, when they go back in time, when they activate the device, they go through these hoops kind of thing that was, back then it was really awesome to see, and still is kind of right now. And when they go through it, the music plays and their outfits basically change to all white. I kind of like the all white look as well. So they go over. They go to 1944 Germany. They're detected by the Germans. However, they fight their way out, and they also see an American soldier named Major Stockwell, who is there to sabotage the new V2 rocket, which is being tested nearby. So Xavier is actually now, put himself as a scientist, revolutionary scientist, and is helping the Germans. He's pretending to be British, and he's helping them. So they know that so our heroes now need to go and stop that particular rocket. They observe a transport of Jews that are about to be shipped to Auschwitz. So Jamie fills them in on what's happening, and they manage to save a young girl, and they take them to a bookstore which is owned by Stockwell's contacts, non-Nazi Germans over there. However, the bookstore is raided, and the team has to use their invisibility cloak to escape from the clutches of the Nazi soldiers and avoid capture. And then Troy says he will try to help them out, and he says they need to find Xavier first. So you do see at the end Xavier is at the base, at the rocket base, posing as a British rocket scientist who is sympathetic to the causes of the Nazis, and he's overseeing their testing to be done using advanced technology from the colonies. Dressed as German soldiers, warriors Hamilton and Stockwell sneak into the base just in time to see the ship sitting there, and if they do manage to launch it and they can alter history, the entire power will swing into the way of the Germans. That's basically the end of that particular episode. Let's see, there's a couple of I need notes over here. So the white uniforms which you get to see in Battlestar Galactica, they were basically reuses from the episodes War of the Gods, Part 2, Experiment in Terror. So it's basically the same thing, but the reason why they become white is totally different. Once they land, when they come back to their original time, then they change back to the regular uniforms. We hear the vulgar word Feldergard, which is the first occurrence of vulgarism in this series. However, yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. Only if you're a fan of the show do you actually get to think about this. They did make a goof up. The first V2 launch was actually in 1942. However, they actually put this in 1944. And basically Dr. Z, who's got the respect of the entire council as well. It's his creations basically that they're using throughout, mainly into plot points. But however, things like the travel path into back in time, as well as the invisible things, were really one of the standouts in this particular series. I mean, it was basically adding to the charm. I guess that's it for this particular episode. Most of it is about them and Jamie, and she being a little bit overwhelmed initially, but she takes it in a stride. She realizes that she can actually be of some use. Let's see if there's any other notes. The actor who plays Major Stockwell, he also seems, probably it's because I've seen this episode many times, but he actually seems kind of familiar to me. Maybe I've seen him in something else. I'm trying to look for his name. He is... Oh yeah, here we go. His name is Christopher Stone. Have I seen him in something else? I'm going to take a quick look and see whether he's in something that is a little bit famous. Maybe I've seen him in something else. Oh, apparently he was in a few episodes of Remington Steel, but I'm pretty sure I don't remember him from that. He was in Cujo, maybe that's where I remember him from. He plays Steve Kent. And anything else? Yes, that's it. But he does look very familiar to me. The reason I was trying to actually check is he kind of remind me of an actor who played in Halloween 3, but I guess it's not him. So yeah, that's basically it. You know, this particular episode is. I mean, I think the pilot is actually pretty good, and then we'll reach out with the conclusion in the next video. But I think the pilot was actually pretty good, but then it's kind of going downhill since then. So anyway, so I'll get back to you at the end of in the next video with the part 3 of this particular pilot for Galactica 1980, and we'll catch you up pretty soon. Take care.